All right, welcome everyone, and thank you for attending today. I'm Bill Salmeron, and I have the great honor to serve as Chief of New Orleans EMS. It is truly a privilege to stand here before you as we come together to recognize everyone that responded to the New Year's Day terror attack and provided critical life-saving medical care to those injured. Today is not just a ceremony, but a celebration of courage, skill, quick thinking, and the power of teamwork that saved lives. Their actions reflect the very best of pre-hospital medicine. They demonstrated not only expert skill and care, but compassion and resolve when every second counts. As we celebrate these heroes, let us also remember the importance of supporting each other. It is in these moments of crisis that we realize how interconnected we are. Every role, every effort, no matter how small it is, plays a part in the outcome. It's through collaboration, compassion, and unwavering dedication to the well-being of others that we see the true spirit in the work that we do. I want to thank and recognize our partners in healthcare that are here today that also provided excellent patient care that day and continue as many still are recovering from this horrific incident. To those being honored, always remember that your actions have left an indelible mark on history, and you've set a standard of excellence that inspires us all. Thank you for your remarkable actions, for your commitment, and for your unwavering dedication to those we serve. Today we celebrate you, and we express our deepest gratitude for your work. So let's give you a round of applause. And so with that, I'd like to introduce our Director and Medical Director, Dr. Meg Marino.
Thank you, Chief. New Year's Day is a time that we usually associate with renewal, celebration, and hope. But for our city, this January 1st will be remembered as a day of heartbreak. As terrorist attack sought to divide us, it revealed the strength, bravery, and unity of the men and women we are honoring today. I was with you that day. I stood shoulder to shoulder with you and witnessed firsthand the extraordinary courage, skill, and compassion you brought to every moment. Amid the chaos and fear, you responded with professionalism, ensuring that each of the 42 patients received the care they needed. What struck me most was the selflessness you displayed. When others were running from the danger, you ran towards it, putting yourselves in harm's way so others may live. That phrase, "so others may live," isn't just the motto for New Orleans EMS. It embodies everything we do. It's the guiding principle of our work. It's why families were reunited and why hope endured in the face of tragedy. You relied on one another and put every ounce of your training, preparation, and experience into action. You triaged patients, provided clinical interventions, and transported the patients safely in under 90 minutes, all while demonstrating an unwavering sense of purpose. In those moments, I felt an overwhelming sense of pride, not just as your director and medical director, but as someone fortunate enough to work alongside of you each and every day. Your actions on January 1st were a testament to the strength of teamwork and collaboration. It wasn't just New Orleans EMS. It was police, fire, emergency communications, and our hospital teams working as one. Each of you played a critical role, and together you showed what it means to serve community in its darkest moments. On behalf of New Orleans EMS, I thank you. Thank you for your courage and your sacrifice and your commitment to this community. May this commendation serve as a lasting symbol of the respect and gratitude we hold for you, not only for what you have accomplished on January 1st, but for what you do every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Marino. Next, I would like to bring up Dr. Jeffrey Elder, the Chief Medical Officer for University Medical Center.
Good afternoon. On behalf of LCMC Health and the Norman and McSwain UMC Trauma Center, I would like to give our sincere thanks to the men and women of New Orleans EMS, LCMC Health EMS, Acadian, AMED, St. Charles Parish EMS, NOPD, NOFD, LSP, and all others that responded to the mass casualty incident in the early morning hours of January 1st. When tragedy struck early that morning, the individuals in this room ran towards the threat to care for those in need. It was the work performed on scene by you who quickly triaged, treated, and transported multiple critically injured patients to the hospitals where their care continued. If not for those here today, we could have lost even more in this horrific act of violence. When people are in need, it is this group that is called to care for them. No matter the cause, no matter the risk, always for those who need you the most. Thank you for being there for us as a city, and thank you for the care of our patients. We're proud in each and every one of you, and we thank you for what you do every day when you come to work to serve the citizens of New Orleans and the region.
Thank you, Dr. Elder. Next, I'd like to bring up Dr. Michael Harrington, our State Surgeon General.
Michael couldn't be here. I'm the Surgeon General, Ralph Abraham. Behind me is Dr. Pete Krogan. We work at LDH together. That morning of the 1st, I was with the governor, Colonel Hodges of the State Police, General Freelow of the National Guard, and other leaders of this community. The theme of that conversation that was ongoing with Washington, D.C., Atlanta, all over the country, was that you that ran toward the gunfire, that ran toward the chaos, everyone on those phone calls, everyone in that room were asking how you were doing it, and we're very grateful that you were on scene at that particular time. I literally just walked out of an emergency room a little bit ago treating a patient that had come in that one of you had treated. It was a patient whose blood sugar was 37. By the time they, of course, got to me, you guys had her well. I patted her on the back and said, go home, but you guys saved her life, because if you hadn't have been there with that low blood sugar, you know the outcome. So as a still practicing physician that has a state job as your Surgeon General, know that I understand, I appreciate everything that you do for our citizens here in Louisiana. I also know that when the lights go out at night, the things that you've seen, the things that you've done, doesn't go away. And know that there are resources that you know of that help you navigate these tough times. You talk to your friends, you talk to your families, you check on your friends, you check on your families. And as you know, in Louisiana, we have 988, it's a crisis line. If you have any issues, please call us. We have wonderful people that staff those, and like you, they're very professional, they know what they're doing, and they know how to help mitigate some of the trauma that you just cannot get out of your mind on that particular day. So we understand. I'm going to let Dr. Pete talk for just a minute. He is a phenomenal physician too. He's an addictionologist, also still a practicing physician, lives here in New Orleans, works here in New Orleans, so he's one of you guys. And he will tell you himself, but he has said over and over how appreciative he is of the cadre of professionals that we have surrounded ourselves with here. So Pete.
Thank you, Doc. Really, it is an honor for the opportunity to thank you all. I think Dr. Marino said it nicely. juxtaposition of New Year's Day, where a global day of future possibility. Of all the cities in the world, it was New Orleans that was jolted back into the present. And in that chaos, I think where the human instinct is paralysis, y'all took action. That, I think, is the definition of courage. Not the absence of fear, but action in spite of it. And now it's about, I think, that next step. I think it's what happens when the adrenaline goes away, when the cameras leave town, in the months and the years ahead, when the flowers are gone in the quarter. That lingering memory and trauma that day can stay with you in different ways. And in those moments, I think you deserve to show yourself some grace. And I think that colleague next to you deserves the same grace and the benefit of the doubt. As Doc alluded to, avoidance can be one of the cardinal signs of PTSD. And I think that's a burden we bear when we give so much of ourselves to others, but it doesn't have to be your burden to bear alone. So I would say to look out for yourself, but most importantly, look out for the person sitting next to you. Because in so many ways, I think that is the story of this city and her people. It's in the face of unprovoked tragedy. Our first responders rise to the occasion, and we support each other through the aftermath. So thank you to you, and also those that can't be here because they're out there back in the ambulance, driving through the city, helping people on their darkest day, giving them a hand and compassion, and we want to give you that same hand up and compassion. So thank you for your service.
All right, thank you very much. We have a great working relationship with the state of Louisiana. I know we have a very strong regional network here. I know I see Dr. Pratt, and I see Paige Hargrove from Learn, and so we definitely have a very strong team, right? Which is why you see represented so many different agencies that responded that day, right? It wasn't just New Orleans EMS, and so thank you to the state for your support and helping us to provide those resources and definitely have that collaboration in place. Next, I'd like to bring up our Chief Administrative Officer for the City of New Orleans, Gilbert Montagno.
Thank you, Bill, and thank you all for being here today. You all will certainly hear some reoccurring themes from all those with the honor to speak today, and on behalf of the city and of course our mayor, we want to recognize the incredible bravery, dedication, and expertise demonstrated during the Bourbon Street attack. The circumstances were tragic, but the response from our emergency medical services team was nothing short of heroic. Today it's about honoring who you are and the vital role you play every day in keeping this city safe. We owe you an immense debt of gratitude, not just for what you did in response to the attack, but for your ongoing commitment to this city and the people who live, work, and visit here. Our EMS team is truly a lifeline for everyone in New Orleans. You're the first responders who run toward unknown when our community is in their greatest need. You are there when disaster strikes, often putting your own lives on the line. You never hesitate, you're always ready, and you always act with the utmost professionalism and compassion. I've seen it firsthand. I also want to take a moment to acknowledge something that is often overlooked. While NOPD has rightfully received a lot of recognition for their efforts, I want to make sure you all know that we see you too. We recognize that you are just as important to the safety and well-being of our city. You play an irreplaceable role in ensuring that our community remains strong and resilient. And it's only fitting that we take this time to recognize all that you did, not just today, but every day. Part of the reoccurring theme is that many of us experienced that morning, the tragedy of it, and it's personal to a lot of us. And in reflection and preparation of having this conversation, It's the smell that comes back in my mind on that terrible, tragic morning. And as the previous speaker said, time will pass, but we'll never be the same, and you'll never be the same. And that's just part of the job. That's part of what we signed up for. Some more intimate toward those tragedies than others, as you are. But the time and that smell and everything that was so personable and tragic about that moment is with your leadership team as well, I assure you. Your teamwork saved lives on that tragic day and made it possible because of the tireless efforts of many people. 25 New Orleans EMS personnel who led the response managed the incident command. 5 mutual aid partners who are represented today. Of course, our fire department and our emergency responders. And of course, the hospitals, those that actually treated the patients once they got there. It's a remarkable coordination and a testament to their strength and our partnership with everybody. And I do want to acknowledge the family members. It's so wonderful to see you all here supporting your men and women at EMS, because you all serve with them, as we always say. And I ask and pray that you continue to give them grace when they have to miss those birthday parties or those events for the service that they're called to do. They are saving lives. They're heroes. We love and respect you all, and thank you so much for all the work you do. I hope you continue to get praise and congratulations throughout the years, even when this time passes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Montano. I also want to recognize our city council, who have been very supportive of our department and public safety throughout the years. I know that they are very proud of the work that we do and are very supportive and provide us with the resources that we need whenever we ask for it. I want to recognize we have Councilmember Eugene Green. Would you like to come up and say something on behalf of the council?
Thank you, and good evening, good afternoon. It's an honor for me to be here today. It's great to see family members. I certainly see EMS workers kind of doing their job every day, but it's great to see the family members who support them. And I'll say to the family, we greatly appreciate your support. I am so proud to be in this room today. We have members of the New Orleans Police Department, we have members of the fire department here, and of course we have EMS workers. Those are our first responders that a lot of people recognize, and they make a difference. I'm going to add to the theme that was our CAO's remarks, that we see the work that you do, and we appreciate it. It's easy to be generous because I think that the leadership of EMS will say that when you've come before the New Orleans City Council and you've asked, we said yes. But it wouldn't be so easy to ask if we weren't able to see the work that you're doing. And I've chosen to be a very active council member. I've gone to homeless encampments and there were EMS workers. I've gone to situations involving unfortunate injuries because of shootings and the like. I've gone to special operations divisions activities, which are SWAT roles, and people don't know that EMS is at the SWAT role in case something happens and they need to be called on. So I have a chance to see often and see up front the work that you do. Now, in terms of the Bourbon Street response, I've had an opportunity to be on national television talking about our response as a city. One of the things that I've mentioned is that it certainly could have been a lot worse, but I also emphasize to people that look what happened. We should all be very proud that our first responders went toward the scene of danger without any hesitation, that our EMS workers were ready to deal with what was a physical issue, but also an emotional issue of seeing people traumatized in a way that we hadn't seen before in our city. So I'm just appreciative of the response that happened. I want to say that it's part of what we see out of our EMS all the time in terms of the responses that are important to help keep our citizens safer. So working with the New Orleans Police Department, the fire department, and others, we have quite a team with those first responders and EMS. And look, I know how it is. I might be leaving out an first responder, but I'm here to celebrate the response of especially those who on that early morning, on a day that should have been celebration, were in a position where they had to help others, to help save their lives and to help them to continue to have hope in the midst of a tremendous challenge. I just want to say that I'm so honored to be here, and to all the members of the EMS team, again, we see your work, we are greatly appreciative, and let us know how we can continue to make resources available and to support your programs, because you are important to us. You make a tremendous difference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilman Green. I will say all the graduations, all the EMS events that we have, and we invite the council, and Councilman Green is always front and center, and he's there, and so we really appreciate you being available for us and supporting us with the council. I also want to recognize Angel Wilson, who is the Senior Director of External Affairs for Councilmember Helena Moreno. And so thank you for being here. We really appreciate you. So thank you. All right, next I'll bring up Deputy Chief Chris Keller.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's an honor and pleasure to be here, and I'm humbled to be the one that's able to present these commendations today. I am in awe and inspired by the service that was provided on the morning of January 1st, and each of you should be very proud of the work that you did that morning. I'm very proud of you. With that, we'll go ahead and start down the list here. First commendation will be for Dr. Meg Marino. Next up, we'll have Chief Bill Samaron. Deputy Chief Cedric Pomazano. And if there's any family that wants to come up and take pictures as we're handing out the awards, you're welcome to step up and be a part of the photographs. Major Terry Figueroa Hands. Captain Mario Avocado. And Melissa. Captain Shana Goldfine. through ballot. Lieutenant Shaq Harris. And let me just tell everyone, Lieutenant Harris is the one who had incident command over the entire EMS response on Bourbon Street that night, and I can't tell you how incredibly proud I am. Field Training Officer Daniela Briere. Field Training Officer Matthew Happel.
I just want to say Matt transported 10 patients off of the scene. We're super grateful for his help.
Field Training Officer Eugene McMillan. Field Training Officer Ty Walton. Preceptor Dariel Ellis. She was also partnered with Matthew Happel with the 10 transport, so good luck. EMT Caleb Barnes. And we have to give a pre-congratulations, as she'll be marrying tomorrow to Jonah Liaison. Henry Clay Barber. Paramedic Brock Dennis. EMT Malik DePena is not here with us today, but on behalf of him, his mother will be receiving his reward, Miss Acacia Williams. Though he's not with us today, we're going to recognize paramedic Kevin Grantham. We'll get him his commendation as soon as we're able to. Round of applause for Kevin Grantham. EMT Ashley Hartung.
Everybody step up a little bit. Come up to the front. Good.
EMT Ryan Lawrence. Paramedic John Macaluso. EMT Jonah Malazon.
Soon to be newlywed.
Paramedic David Richards.
One on this side. One on this side. Good. Step up. Steve.
EMT Kyle Snyder.
What agency is next?
And another EMT that could not be here with us today, but we do want to celebrate, is Liliana Varela. For these next awards, we'll be handing out to Acadian ambulance employees. We'll ask their leadership to step up to the podium with us, please. Thank you, Tim, for being here.